To the aviation sector and security, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Siddiq Abubakar, says an evaluation is necessary for the mock counter-terror exercise carried out at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. The Air Force helmsman believes the gaps observed during that exercise will lead to loss of lives in a real situation if that was to occur. He insists men and officers will have to work towards closing that gap.
An evaluation exercise is meaningless if you don't appreciate the gaps that are in what you have gone out to play. It would have been, it would be a waste of time to bring people all the way from different units, and at the end of the day, we see gaps and we're unable to really identify those gaps and try to see how we can bridge those gaps. The gaps can be in terms of capacity, which means we need to identify our training needs. The gaps can be in terms of coordination, but there's still room for improvement. There are a number of gaps that we still need to go back and make sure that we have a near perfect plan. I know that there's no plan that is perfect. So whatever it is that we have identified as gaps, let us quickly put together those gaps and seek for support from different levels of command. If it is at the group headquarters level that you provide solutions, go ahead and provide solutions.
To the south, in the southwest, remaining there, and party politics, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress of Nigeria in Ondo State, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, has assured the people that if he gets elected as governor, the major focus of his administration will be targeted at empowering the youth to promote farming and industrialization. Mr. Akeredolu made the promise when he visited Akure North and Ondo West local government areas. The APC flag bearer says he will not jettison any program of the serving government that is of the benefit to the people.
I don't believe in wholesome condemnation of whatever a previous government has done. And what I believe is that if Kadigbeayo is meant as an identity for Ondo State indigene, so be it. But that if it's now deployed to other use or whatever form of use they deploy it to that is detrimental to the people, we will stop it. And one of it is that if we insist that without producing it, your child will not go to school, without producing it, so and so will not happen, or you are charging them fees on it, I think the government should be able to do it free of charge or at a reasonable price. But we'll make sure that the citizenry, if for instance we decide to continue with it, that the citizenry will have access to it almost at free of charge and will not be deployed to other uses that are not relevant. I want to create jobs for the youth. I talk about job creation. And I said, I have not said that I'm going to create jobs that the youth are going to go and work in all these white-collar jobs. I said, we're going to use agriculture. We're going to use entrepreneurship. We're going to use industrialization. We do not have any economic activity in Ondo State. No industry is functioning. We want to attract into Ondo State industries so that when you have it and you have these economic activities, we can more or less generate IGR. It will rise up. We don't have to go capping and begging for money from Abuja. Once we concentrate on agriculture and our people and our young ones buy into it, we have a buy-in from them, we'll prepare the grounds for them and co. And they know that there is money in agriculture, they go into it.
Speaking of creating jobs and staying in the southwest, over 100,000 residents of Lagos State will benefit from the first tranche of part of the 25 billion naira of the Employment Trust Fund committed by the Lagos State government to support micro, small and medium enterprises in Lagos State within the next 3 years. This was revealed by the Executive Secretary of the Fund, Mr. Akintunde Oyebode, and heads of relevant agencies during a press conference on the activities of the Board of Trustees in implementing that project. If approved, the State House of Assembly, the fund is expected to turn around the fortunes of thousands of unemployed youth across Lagos State.
The board, working with appointed consultants, developed a strategic framework articulating the goals of the board, the key interventions designed to enhance job creation, and supporting infrastructure needed to deliver these set goals. This exercise has now been concluded and approved by the Lagos State Executive Council. Our interventions will provide loans to micro, small, and medium enterprises at single-digit rates per annum, while we will also provide training and capacity building support to the businesses we finance, giving them the necessary technical support to drive their growth and ultimately job creation. The businesses we support must demonstrate capacity to repay our loans. They must be owned by Lagos residents duly registered by the Lagos State Residents Registration Agency, show evidence of tax payments to the Lagos Inland Revenue Service, and have valid bank verification numbers. In addition to our MSME financing schemes, we will also train unemployed residents to take up identified jobs or also run their businesses. We will support the thriving startup ecosystem in Lagos by providing workspaces, business acceleration support, and seed funding to ensure Lagos remains the most attractive pipeline in Africa for investors willing to bet on identifying the next set of African unicorns. To ensure sustainability of this fund, we will aim to raise a minimum of 25 billion naira from domestic and international donors, in addition to the highly commendable 25 billion already committed by the Lagos State government.
We know that in this period of recession, there should be a kind of input that we can do to galvanize the economy, make the people believe more in this government, because this is one of the pivotal promises, electoral promise of the governor, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, and I'm glad that the House is partnering with him to make this a success. I just want to assure Lagosians that the House will do all within its best to make sure that we do it right, and then we do it very, very fast.
Also in the Southwest, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is worried about the new mode of drug trafficking, especially through the nation's international airports. The spokesman of the agency in Lagos, Michelle Foyoju, told Channels Television in a phone interview that some officials of the airports now aid drug traffickers in their illicit acts. He says 4 officials of the Nigerian Aviation Cargo Handling Company have been arrested in connection with the recent incident that occurred in Abuja, the nation's capital.
Recently at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, we discovered that a suspected drug syndicate has infiltrated some staff of the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, NACO. We discovered that 144 kilograms of ephedrine was smuggled into a consignment, a shipment that was going to Mozambique, Maputo to be precise. On examination of the bag, we discovered the drug. In the process of investigation, we were shocked to see that some officials of the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company were, invested, and after preliminary investigation, we narrowed our search to 5 staff of the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, the chief security supervisor, 2 security assistants, as well as a driver. So from the network of staff involved, you could see the connivance, the level of connivance. So the trafficking syndicate has successfully infiltrated the ranks. And interestingly, the Lord Supervisor was also neck deep. That's the 5th person, one Victor Ahenje, who is now at large, and the NDLA has also declared him wanted.